Chapter 89. 1. And I observed during the time, that thus 37 shepherds were overlooking, all of whom finished in their respective periods as the first. Others then received them into their hands, that they might overlook them in their respective periods, every shepherd in his own period. 2. Afterwards I saw in the vision, that all the birds of heaven arrived, eagles, the avest, kites and ravens. The eagle instructed them all. 3. They began to devour the sheep, to peck out their eyes, and to eat up their bodies. 4. The sheep then cried out, for their bodies were devoured by the birds. 5. I also cried out, and groaned in my sleep against that shepherd which overlooked the flock. 6. And I looked, while the sheep were eaten up by the dogs, by the eagles, and by the kites. They neither left them their body, nor their skin, nor their muscles, until their bones alone remained, until their bones fell upon the ground. And the sheep became diminished. 7. I observed likewise during the time, that 23 shepherds were overlooking, who completed in their respective periods 58 periods. 8. Then were small lambs born of those white sheep, who began to open their eyes and to see, crying out to the sheep. 9. The sheep, however, cried not out to them, neither did they hear what they uttered to them, but were deaf, blind, and obdurate in the greatest degrees. 10. I saw in the vision that ravens flew down upon those lambs. 11. That they seized one of them, and that tearing the sheep in pieces, they devoured them. 12. I saw also, that horns grew upon those lambs, and that the ravens lighted down upon their horns. 13. I saw, too, that a large horn sprouted out on an animal one among the sheep, and that their eyes were opened. 14. He looked at them, their eyes were wide open, and he cried out to them. 15. Then the devoured saw him, all of whom ran to him. 16. And besides this, all the eagles, the avest, the ravens and the kites, were still carrying off the sheep, flying down upon them, and devouring them. The sheep were silent, but the devoured lamented and cried out. 17. Then the ravens contended, and struggled with them. 18. They wished among them to break his horn, but they prevailed not over him. 19. I looked on them, until the shepherds, the eagles, the avest, and the kites came. 20. Who cried out to the ravens to break the horn of the devoured, to contend with him, and to kill him. But he struggled with them, and cried out, that help might come to him. 21. Then I perceived that the man came who had written down the names of the shepherds, and who ascended up before the Lord of the sheep. 22. He brought assistance, and caused everyone to see him descending to the help of the devoured. 23. I perceived likewise that the Lord of the sheep came to them in wrath, while all those who saw him fled away. All fell down in his tabernacle before his face, while all the eagles, the avest, ravens, and kites assembled, and brought with them all the sheep of the field. 24. All came together, and strove to break the horn of the devoured. 25. Then I saw that the man, who wrote the book at the word of the Lord, opened the book of destruction, of that destruction which the last 12 shepherds wrought, and pointed out before the Lord of the sheep, that they destroyed more than those who preceded them.